så er det tid til noget team building time. Guld, artefakter og en håndfuld venner, det er hvad man skal bruge for at spille Gauntlet. Og hvad mere man skal bruge, det kan du høre lige her.
Rose, dare to answer.
Gauntlet is it was and still is a really awesome 4-player cooperative competitive multiplayer game. It came about in 1985 as an arcade game initially, and that was one of the first games to bring 4 players together, fighting a ton of monsters in a dungeon, fighting their way through different floors, eating turkeys, picking up gold, and working through as a team, but at the same time working against one another. And it's had several different iterations through the years, and we are currently working on making a new version of the Gauntlet, which takes a lot of inspiration from the original 1985 game. You're in a dungeon with a lot of monsters and some turkeys and other bits and pieces. The Gauntlet is owned and it's run by an evil wizard called Morak. That's something that he's come back from the original game into our new game. The story itself comes through in terms of how heroes are reacting with the world. We tried to make sure that we're not, bogging things down in terms of lots of, story, because it's essentially a game where it's all about the gameplay. It's about the minute-to-minute gameplay and having a lot of fun and killing a lot of monsters with your friends. So we tried to make sure that the gameplay is the biggest focus of the game. That being said, the story does come through the heroes, through the interaction with each other, and you get to learn a bit about their past, where they've come from, how they know each other, what the dungeon's about, what the Gauntlet's about, through how they speak to one another through the game.
Together they fight.
It feels really nice as well to be working on a game that's about 4 players coming together locally and online as well, and working together and having that competitive co-op gameplay that in a certain way is lacking a little bit in modern games. They tend to be either more story driven or perhaps maybe more about sort of online multiplayer. And so we wanted to go back to having that fun with a bunch of friends and having that really good interaction between one another, griefing one another, making sure that you come together and you play really well as a team, but also you have a lot of fun causing mischief for one another. We've made sure that, and we're making sure that the game scales based on how many players there are and what difficulty level you've picked. So we want to make sure that although the game is supposed to be played 4-player, and it's really good fun, and the most fun you get is coming together with a group of friends playing the game, we need to make sure that scales and it is still really, really good fun for single players. So we take into account number of players, difficulty level, things like that, and we scale number of monsters and how hard they are, and we want to make sure that we're doing a good job and trying to make sure that we get that balancing right and it scales effectively, so you have really good fun as single player and 4 players.
Hvad synes du om, at spillet her kun kommer til PC og ikke til konsollerne? Skriv det gerne lige hernede under. Husk nu at like, og så ses vi næste gang.